check. We not take back no check. You pep talk. Tiggity check. Hey girl, let's leave the shot. We know say Wilder, you don't want the drama. When Tyson rise up the llama, say to pray at night with your father. He got thing by him.
Became a huge fan of AJ. Okay. He didn't make no excuses.
None.
Even though he could have made some excuses.
Yeah.
He talked about, I got over here too late, blah, blah, blah. He could have made a ton of excuses. But he didn't. He said, nah, the better man when he got that is whatever.
Yeah.
He went back.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
He had a thing in his head. He had an autopsy. This is great. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going to be next. But all he got to do is, I hope he's taking this time to go back in the gym and learn some fundamentals and learn how to box. You know what I'm saying? And stop worrying about this big right hand. Go back in the gym and learn how to box. His most impressive victory to me was when he first won the belt against the Vern. I started it, even though he went 12 rounds and didn't knock him out, he was moving around, he was using the jab. He needs to get back to that.
Yeah.
They were feeding him tuna cans. And he started to believe the hype.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He started to believe in the hype that he didn't have to be good. All he needed to be good was for 2 seconds. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
All he needed was the right hand. And that's where he went wrong. You know what I'm saying? Get back in the camp. Hopefully he's taking his time. Get back to the bases. Get back to camp. You know what I'm saying? Learn the fundamentals. Forget that right hand and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's what you can do. Stop with the excuses. Because you're hurting yourself and you're making our sport look corny.
Yeah, I know.
You guys laughing at us right now. You know what I'm saying? Got them guys laughing.
Do you think, so he's turned down the Charles Martin fight. Would you be, there are, Fight Brand said, there's so many good fights for him out there, but I don't really care now anymore. I don't care, if he comes back or not anymore. If he does, cool, I'll watch the fights. But I just, in the grand scheme of things, if he doesn't, I'm not going to miss him. And once he says that he's not coming back, or if we don't hear nothing that he's doing a fight at all this year, I promise you, because I said this the other day and I said it to when Caden was on the show, I'm really going to stop speaking about him. Unless obviously there's some mad breaking news tied to him. I think everybody needs to start ignoring him because he's actually getting more. He's more talked about. Wow, he's more talked about now than when he was actually boxing. To be fair, he's talked about all day, every day across the world.
I agree with you there.
Dean. John A. Wilder is more talked about globally and consistently on a daily level more than he was when he'd have a fight, people would talk about it and it would move on. He wasn't big globally. He weren't big globally. If he was into boxing, people in India is talking about this, fam. People in India is talking about this. People in China's talking about this. I see it. I see on analytics. I see who's chiming into my Deontay Wilder show. There's people far across India. They're all looking, fam. They're like, right, this is wild. He didn't have that audience before. So you're not famous. You're infamous, and your legacy is dead.
But I would be disappointed if I never saw him in the ring with Dillian Whyte or Andrew Ruiz. I think they're great fights.
I feel that, like you said, there's fights for him. I don't know. I hear what you're saying about the other things. He has tarnished his reputation, but I think there's still fights. Irrespective of the stuff, I feel like Fury, if Fury is a man of his word, which I don't know if he totally is because he said stuff and he regurgitates and goes back on, so I'm not too sure, but still a fan of his all the same. But and the Joshua fight, there's the Dillian fight, there's the Povetkin fight. I feel there is still fights for Deontay Wilder. His legacy is properly. He fought certain people and got to a position, but there's still guys that I feel like he should fight. There's guys like even Hunter, Charles Martin, Povetkin. There's a few people that
Charles Martin.
Anthony Joshua, all of them. I feel like these guys can go on and fight each other, and and build their legacy. Because back in the day, all the old school fighters used to fight each other repeated times. There was you know,
Yeah,
twos
we
and
know.
threes, and Holyfield, Lennox, Lewis, and all these guys. But I know what I'm saying about, but he is still a big draw. He is the bronze bomber who shakes his ass. So hey, he's just a wildcat. But people either want to see him smoke someone or get smoked. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's still a place for him. I won't throw him to the wolves just yet like that. But he is a weird cat. He's not my kind of dude, like all that funny shit he does. And then all the excuses, because you know what? They say this is a sport of honor and integrity and so on. Obviously, a lot of guys, they come into this, it's either you're a man, you take your wounds, you lick your wounds with, and then cut through and then come back like your man said up there. Trill said, look, you know, come back, go back in the gym. Learn your thing properly. Even your coach who you was cussing was saying when you came in the gym, you never learned. You did no bag work, no jabbing, no bag work. He didn't want to listen. You know what I mean? He didn't want to go. You know, imagine back in the old days, them guys used to go on the bag for an hour and a half, 2 hours, bag work. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Get their conditioning, working their job, doing their thing on the bag. My man said he didn't want to do no jabbing, no bag work. He wanted to do what he wanted to do. And if people didn't listen, they could kiss their sorry asses goodbye and their little money, what they were making. And probably some people were fearful. So I think, I don't know. Look, like he said, he just needs to continue, learn his craft. I think that fight with Charles Martin would have been a good fight. I'm not even gonna lie. I think Charles Martin might have smoked him until he got caught with the
right.
But I think Charles Martin would have put some real pressure on him.
Well, everything you said, yeah, I agree with you. But at the end of the day, there are all these fights for him. But let's have it right. He ain't gonna take none of them, bro. Like he fought Uber drivers, people that, no disrespect to Uber drivers, by the way, but I'm saying like people that weren't really in the professional game of boxing, and they came in, you know, they got their pro license. He come in, sparked them out, and they probably went back to Uber the next day, did their shift. Like those are the types of fucking fighters that he's fought. So if that is what he's fought, then why do you think he's now going to take on Dill? We already know what he did with Dill and said to Dill. Why do we think he's going to take on Dill? Why do we think he's going to take on anyone like fucking Joe Jones?
Money in the Dillian Whyte fight. I think the Dillian Whyte fight settles.
What?
I think there's money to be made fighting Dillian. I think, you know.
Yeah, it's not about.
Of course, there's money.
No. It's not about money. I know there's money in most of the fights, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying is the man don't got no skills, and he ain't got no fucking pride, and he ain't a fucking real fucking champ, mate. If he wasn't fighting these people before, what makes you think he's gonna go and fight a top 10, top 15 boxer now? When? Now? When? Why are you not saying that now?
Hold on, bear with us. Hold on, give us a sec. You got to bear with us. The fact is, Dill's lost recently. So what it is he potentially is looking at it like, look, well, he has lost recently. I've lost recently. Do you know what? There might be a scout for the taking. Some people like to look at weaknesses as opposed to anything else. And he might think, you know what, this is a great opportunity. Let's see how he performs in the rematch and so on. And, you know, he's looking at that kind of aspect. Look, he tried to take Tyson Fury after, a 2 or 3 year layoff, big old balloon self, and he thought he was catching him at the right time, and he got his ass spanked him in that draw. They gave him a draw. Listen, everyone knows when you get an away draw, coming from England or UK, whatever you want to call it, to America and getting a draw, you know your ass lost. You understand? That's a hometown decision you get in that draw. You understand? So, for me, I look at it like, he's looking at the possibility like, yeah, do you know what? This is a possibility. Look, Dill got his ass knocked out. Let me see if I can fix this guy's business. You know, that kind of thing. But you're right. I'm not sure if his skill set is good enough. But, you know, it's going to be an amazing fight. People are going to buy that, and it's going to sell off. Trust me. Like hotcakes. Boom, sell off.
Yeah, I know, but I just know he ain't fighting them top. What do you think, Trill? I don't think, personally,
I'm rocking with both of y'all actually, because what Dean said, there is, there is a lot of fights out there for him. You know what I'm saying? There is a lot of fights out there for him that I think they'll make some lot of money. You know what I'm saying? The two brothers were saying there was like Povetkin and with Dillian Whyte and other fighters like that. People will want to see Wilder after this loss from Fury. People will want to see him. Now the question is, will he take these fights? You know, like I'm with you, ladies. Like, because he turned down big money. I'm talking about, you know, generational wealth at one point. You know what I'm saying? So now it wasn't about the money the last time. So like, what's going to be this time? You know, like he probably going to want to fight somebody that's a little less dangerous than these guys that you mentioned, and a little dangerous than a Dillian, or less dangerous than a Povetkin. You know what I'm saying? These guys that can't put your lights out. I think he's going to go in there with one of those guys first. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree with y'all. There is money to be made. You know, is this a bag that he can get from fighting these other guys? Well, the big question is he going to take it?
Well, he already turned down Charles Martin. And Charles Martin, yeah, like Dean said, I reckon Charles Martin could fuck him up unless he gets.
Yeah, the game plan is out. The game plan is out. The game plan is out on Wilder. You already know. Come towards him. Come to him. Bring that smoke. He's not going to be. If that's the game plan, everybody, he know he's food right now. He need to work on boxing. He needs to go back to the gym. You know what I'm saying? He needs to go back in the gym. He need to work on stuff because everybody is waiting to get in there. Everybody's licking their chops now. You know, so I hope he's back in the gym because everybody's waiting for their shot on Wilder so they can do the Fury to him.
I don't know, because I mean he doesn't even. Lennox Lewis had to teach him how to throw a correct jab. You know, it's just he's 36. He's either 36 now, and then I think he's gonna be turning 37 at the end of this year. Like, to go back to the gym and learn some like boxing fundamentals at such an older age, I don't know. It, to me, pointless. But hey, if the fights happen, there are really big fights to happen. But I'm not getting my hopes up because there's no point getting hopes up pinning any type of hope to him. Like, you be a loser yourself. So let's not pin our hopes and tie our hopes to a loser. Like, that's not my vibe. That's not my energy. Like, I doubt he's going to be fighting, guys. Let's just have it right. But if he does, coolio. And good luck to you, Wilder. We are definitely moving on. What's the...
When the contract expire, maybe it's time to retire. Can't see your name on the billboard flyer. You twirl low, but you're not on higher. Anything less, so you're not getting the blyer. Contract is signed, do you draw for your liar?